Hi, welcome to another video for Howard Cycle. In this video, I'm going to share with you the journey of one of our clients, Kanishk. When I asked him about his set state of happiness, the default level of happiness that he felt on a day-to-day basis, he said that out of a 10, he was at a point of 3. And he struggled with certain body image issues. He struggled with not having a loving bond with his parents at that time. He wanted to get so many things done, but every time he would find himself in the same repeated patterns going again and again and again, and just being stuck in those patterns without finding a way out. And then by the end of the program, from a level to a 3, Ganesh reached the level 8 within 10 weeks. And that was absolutely transforming for him, as you can assume, and absolutely life changing for him as well. Another thing that happened is the bond with his parents. That has been amazing. Like the loving relationship that he has, that has gotten so much better than it was before. Now, coming to the part of the body image issues and being overweight and being very harsh on himself, because always telling himself that you're not good enough because you're not doing this certain thing, you don't look a certain way, your weight is increasing, you can't control your diet. He was able to control all of that. He was able to get to a point of loving himself, accepting himself, and having a much more loving relationship with him, which was one of the biggest things that we helped him achieve. And in this video, you're going to see his journey, and you're going to hear also Kanishk say that the transformation that he received in like 10 weeks, it would have taken him 2 years to do it if it were not for Highway Cycle. So before any further delay, check out the video and the results that he's received and see if you can resonate with any of it for yourself in your situation right now.
So your journey started with like the webinar that we did, right? And was it the webinar or the subconscious angles training? It was the webinar, I think.
Yeah. It was the webinar.
Yeah,
Just may you gave like a brief introduction about
yeah,
some of these
yeah,
concepts, and
yeah,
there was one meditation
yeah,
as well that we did in the webinar.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uske
And
baad maybe had the call.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And you said it was like
yeah.
completely unexpected, like the amount of things that came up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Matlab, I think that meditation really blew me away in
Yeah,
terms of how deeply it resonated with like all the things that I didn't even realize that itna deeply I will connect with the inner child at
yeah,
that time. But that is something that made me feel, this is something really powerful, and
yeah.
this is something that maybe, this is the missing
Hmm,
key.
hmm, hmm.
And like I was anyways on this journey of working on myself, and
Yeah,
तो मतलब हमारी जब कॉल पर भी बात हुई थी, तो I kind of knew that okay, these are the things that I'm facing issues with and all.
right.
ये सब चीजें I was trying to work on,
Hmm.
and but kahin na kahin that webinar and the
Yeah,
call really got
yeah.
me to this is addressing exactly what all things that I'm facing,
Right, right.
and I should go for it.
Got it. So, what were the main things, bro, that got you in here? Like, if we could identify some of the patterns in the starting that you wanted to work on, and the things which added as a motivation for you to join the
Hmm.
program and made you realize that all right, this is something I need to do with.
I think I was aware that somewhere or the other, I didn't know why or like what was triggering it, but I've always had this like sort of a low self-esteem thing. I was constantly, I have worked on it and I've gotten over it,
Yeah.
but this thing kind of keeps coming across in different places. So, ek to overall, just, that self-esteem,
Hmm.
self-worth wala cheese was
Hmm.
the one that pulled me a lot. And
Yeah.
a lot of these recurring patterns which were around neediness and validation
Yeah.
and kind of not being just free,
Yeah.
kind of as a being tied up. So
Yeah.
ye kuch cheezein which I had initially in my mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, which I was struggling with big time.
Right. So how are these things now? Like considering your self-esteem and neediness and confidence.
Hmm. When it started, usse it's much higher. Like I self-esteem वाला अगर मैं सोचूं तो I think what progress I would have made in like शायद 2 साल खुद पे वर्क करते 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 समझते समझते कुछ होता था.
Right.
I think वो 10 हफ्ते 12 हफ्ते में I've just like gotten. It's
Hmm.
it's almost like I was this. I actually feel this that
Yeah.
I was on this journey and
Yeah.
I knew that there is like a light at the end of the tunnel,
Right.
and I could see that I have to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But with this program, I feel like you've come in and like it's like a cave and you've like illuminated all corners. Dekho,
Yeah.
you are the one who has to walk the journey.
Yeah.
And but this is all the trap, this is everything. And now I exactly know what I need to do and
Yeah.
like how I need to get there. So
Beautiful.
I know that I have to walk the path towards that light, but now I
Hmm.
exactly know the map.
Right.
So
Right.
I feel that's like the biggest change that's happened in me, that
Hmm.
I have gotten so much of an understanding of myself. Self-esteem is definitely much higher. And kabhi bhi
Right.
agar kuch hota bhi hai,
Hmm.
I'm talking to myself in a very nurturing tone.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That was
kind
huge.
of
We worked on it every week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. मतलब पहले तो मेरा इतना ये होता था कि I was super harsh in terms
Hmm.
of how I
Hmm.
would deal with
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
and I was super harsh towards myself. It was just like figuring a lot of these other things,
Hmm. Hmm.
but just having that nurturing relationship with myself
Yeah.
kind of changed so many other things, because
Yes.
it made changes in dating, it made
Hmm.
changes in fitness and
Hmm.
health, it made changes in how I'm working. And मतलब ऐसा है कि this thing is like kind of touched all spheres of my life. So
Right. Right.
I really feel that it's kind of addressed some of these core things and brought
Hmm.
them to
Hmm.
awareness.
100%, bro. 100%. That's amazing. And then going to the main part of your health and your health and
Yeah.
your body image and with your weight and about that. How's that now? That tell me about that. What's up with that?
So I think before coming into the program also, I was always like struggling with weight, and I used to be like weighing at one point of time. I used to weigh 150 kgs,
Hmm. Hmm.
and through college and all, and then I pushed very hard. I worked out a lot. I tried a lot
Hmm.
of these different diets, and kahin na kahin karte karte, I lost like 50 kgs through it, through the pushing a lot, like, and all of that pushing was like being really strict with myself and being
Hmm.
really harsh.
Yeah.
And even after losing 50 kgs, even after becoming so much slimmer, matlab at 150, I used to imagine, yeah, it was 120 ho jayega weight, I'd be so much happier.
Hmm. Hmm.
But then I was like sitting at 95 and 100, and I was still like, कि नहीं यार ये सही नहीं लग रहा है, वो सही
Hmm.
नहीं लग रहा
Hmm.
है, वो
Hmm.
I still need to get there. It
Yeah.
was always like I need to get there.
There,
So
like not
and
here,
yeah,
somewhere,
not here exactly.
somewhere.
Exactly, it was always somewhere. The
Yeah.
something is not good. And I then ended up gaining like 15-20 kgs back, and I was
Hmm.
still like in that pattern
Hmm.
when I started with the program.
Yeah.
And वो चीज अभी क्या हुआ है कि I am working on the whole diet and
Hmm.
nutrition, and I kind of know कि that is something that I need to control. But जो वो चीज था ना of like hating how I'm
Yeah.
looking sometimes, I think now I've started seeing myself in a very different light. Like ठीक है, okay,
Hmm.
I'm a little overweight, but
Hmm.
I am still amazing. Like I still have that feeling that I look so good, or
Yeah.
I feel so good. It's also, that with the program and with, kind of fixing a lot of these eating patterns,
Hmm.
थोड़ा सा weight loss भी शुरू हुआ है, but now it's not really about losing the weight or the scale.
Hmm. Hmm.
And abhi, it's just like I've become so much more comfortable with myself
Hmm.
and how I am.
Yeah.
So that is, I think, the big change after doing
Yeah.
all this.
Yeah. One thing that
Yeah.
really struck out was I remember midway call me. We were talking about that experience of you waking up every morning and checking your weight. That.
Yeah. I did that straight. I did that straight for 3 years. Every day in the
Hmm.
morning,
Hmm.
I maintained एक app पर मैं पूरा रोज, I have like a
Hmm.
historical 3-year, 5-year trend of
Hmm.
my
Hmm.
weight. So I was
Oh.
just obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And to an extent that it's having so much of an impact on my state as I start the day.
Hmm.
And now after this thing, I've actually just stopped looking at the scale. पूरे प्रोग्राम में तो हमने वो किया ही था, where I
Huh.
literally वो पूरा कंट्रोल हटा दिया पहले तो अपने आप
Hmm.
से. First I was like, no, okay,
True.
you do whatever, eat whatever, and don't
Yes.
look at the
Yes.
weight. And after removing those shackles, kahin na kahin, like it was like this kind of chained monkey that came out and started running around. Now it's like, okay, I don't really need to put so much rules. It's
Yeah.
like I myself, I'm like, I don't need to like be so strict and hard and
Hmm.
harsh.
Hmm.
I can just be loving and nurturing, and I understand where it's coming from. And
Yeah.
if I give the love and the nurturing, then it's not like I will get into that pattern. So that pattern of wanting to overeat or wanting to,
Hmm. Hmm.
eat because you are
Yeah.
stressed or something like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Wo
food
kahin na
addictions was a
kahin-
huge part.
Yeah,
Coping the emotions with food.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
was completely like I realized it was like completely a coping thing. Ki
Hmm.
I have a very bad day at work and
Hmm.
I just like binge,
Yeah.
or I had like a very some sort of a shitty relationship wise kuch ye ho gaya, aisa kuch ho gaya, that is just like
Hmm.
leading me to this.
Yeah.
And kahi na kahi that pattern has gone, and even if it happens sometimes,
Hmm.
I'm a lot more loving and nurturing and understanding with
Yeah.
myself. I'm not like that harsh ki, oh my god, you're a failure, how did you let yourself just like
Yeah.
fall off the this thing.
Right.
So
Right.
now it's become a lot more comfortable with
Yes.
that.
That's amazing, bro. Asking about like how you used to feel before the program and now how do you feel? Like if you were to rate your set state of happiness and just general overall feeling about yourself, your self-image and your
Mm.
life and your situation,
Mm.
how's that right now? And compared to previous.
I think before the program, I would probably put myself like my set state somewhere between like 3 to 5, dwindling between those three, three,
Yeah.
4, 5.
Yeah.
But now I feel I'm pretty much between 8 and 9, like pretty much around 8. And I think even more than that, the
Yeah.
biggest change that's also happened is पहले का जो होता था ना, even if
Yeah.
my set state is like let's say average 4,
Yeah.
but छोटा सा कुछ trigger हो गया and my set like I'm at 1, and
Oh,
छोटा सा कुछ अच्छा हो गया I'm at 6. So that
right.
constant like
Right.
sharp high and sharp dip,
Yeah.
kahin na kahin that's become so centered and grounded that now I'm like at a sweet
Hmm.
8. And it's like कुछ बहुत negative होता है, it's not really affecting that state. That state is staying where it is. And
Yeah.
ठीक है, if something negative is happening, I'm dealing with it. And I think that's like blown me away even more. It's not just like I'm happier. I'm also like grounded in
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
state.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
know I will be able to hold it or stay there. And even if there are bad days, it is
Hmm.
just something
Hmm.
which is a nature of that cyclical thing. And वो
Yeah.
होना ही है, pass होना ही है, right?
Yeah.
So that acceptance is the biggest thing that is there.
That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. I'm glad you've been having such amazing experiences. Yeah, yeah. How's the things with your parents, bro?
Overall, though, I think it's been good. मतलब पहले एक था कि there was some resistance,
Hmm.
or there
Hmm.
was some sort of a, I don't know, like some weird place of friction which I
Hmm.
used to interact with my
Hmm.
parents. I exactly cannot pinpoint where this change happened,
Hmm.
but I feel कि I have like a slightly more loving relationship with my mom
That's
and my
amazing.
dad. Actually, now that you asked me, एकदम
Yeah.
वो मतलब मेरे दिमाग में ये चीज आया नहीं था, but अभी when I look back upon that time और उस time
Hmm.
पर जैसा मेरा relationship था,
Yeah.
I think I've definitely become closer, a lot more open, and I have become more comfortable being myself with my
Hmm.
parents. मतलब
Hmm.
पहले में
Hmm.
I was being the good boy that they wanted me to be,
Yeah.
and now I'm being like, hey, this is me.
Hmm.
And with that part, they I can see that they are, because I was scared that they will not accept me.
Yeah.
I was not showing myself.
Yeah.
And now that I've started showing myself, I realize that hey, actually they are very accepting. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है
Yeah.
कि they are invalidating or
Yeah.
and अगर वो invalidate करते भी है तो भी I'm okay with it.
Hmm.
And at the same time, I've also become a lot more accepting with my
Right.
parents, and I don't want them to be in a certain way.
Hmm.
I've
Hmm.
become a lot more accepting, and वो कहीं ना कहीं the whole going back to the past and the healing,
Hmm.
maybe at some level has played a role. Overall, I feel like it's
Yeah.
become a lot more loving relationship.
That's amazing, bro. That brings it full circle, wraps up everything that we spoke about
Yeah,
on the first
absolutely.
call and everything.
Absolutely. And actually,
So
now that you asked me, right, takes me back. It was, I had completely forgotten about this, but it
yeah,
takes me
yeah.
back to the time when we had the call and how I was feeling at that point of time. And
Hmm.
it's almost like I can't relate to that
Yeah,
version of myself, the kind of problems that that version of me was having.
yeah.
Now I'm realizing कि ठीक है शायद वो every week you see a little progress
Hmm.
छोटा बहुत ये, but when you look at that whole 4 months of like the beginning of the program, I
Yeah.
can definitely feel that there's a lot of changes.
So, like, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
about the program. Like, how do you review the program, your experience working with us, the team? How was that completely?
No, it was absolutely amazing. I think it was amazing how, every week हमारा जो set pattern of calls रहता था, the kind
Yeah,
of support that also, a lot of times अगर कभी call miss हो गया तो Deepak would reach out and
yeah,
it was like, okay, someone is kind of taking care. You are meeting that, you are not slipping off and someone is kind of ensuring that you are making progress.
hmm.
So I think overall it's been, and of course the calls, the weekly calls with you, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं था कि कोई गिर भी रहा है कुछ छूट भी रहा है तो we were all kind of pulling each other together.
Yeah,
The buddies system was amazing. Overall, the structure of the program was great.
yeah,
And given that it was 10 weeks remote, मतलब हम लोग सब लोग
hmm.
अलग-अलग parts of the world से we are tuning in
Yeah,
and staying
yeah.
connected.
Tokyo,
So
New
like
Zealand, Pakistan, India, everywhere.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So ऐसा लगा ही नहीं कि all of
Hmm.
us were like in different zones and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
and
amazing.
thank you for I mean being this and facilitating this and kind of helping me through this. I mean, it's definitely like super grateful for
Yeah.
your support and there's that nurturing vibe is there and it's I think and that whole like the patience with which you took questions and the
Yeah.
patience with which you kind of address so many things. uh I think yeah, it's been like all thanks to you
Thank you for
this
your kind
journey, Shah.
words. Yes, bro. Thank you for your kind words and thank you for choosing me as like someone to help you on this journey.
Yeah, I think overall the program was great and like I was saying, I like actually I was reflecting on how the journey
Hmm.
has been. I
Hmm.
actually, if I have to kind of say ki how it's been for me, it's like now I know exactly
Yeah.
this the entire structure of the cave, and I still have to walk the walk, but
Definitely.
I know it's the store. The cave is completely illuminated for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, it's a continuous journey towards walking
Yeah.
towards it, but it's
Yeah.
it's almost like we
And just enjoying life on the in
yeah,
the process. Yeah.
absolutely,
Chalo.
absolutely.
Bye. Good night.
Shano,
All right. See
yes,
you. Talk
thanks,
soon, brother.
bro.
Welcome back, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you could resonate with some of the things out there. And if you're thinking right now, how do I bring the same level of transformation in my life? How do I work with you in person? What we're doing right now is we've taken out some time over the course of the week to talk to you guys, to help understand your situation, to see what your goals are. And then if it makes sense for us to work together, we can go ahead and work on the high worth cycle program together. If that's you, just click on the link below, schedule a call with us. Once you click on the link, you're going to be redirected to a page where you can choose your slot. There's going to be a form out there. You can fill up the form, which will help us understand more of your situation right now and bring you some high level insights right there on the call. And then if it makes sense, we can go ahead and of course we can decide if it's a good fit for us to work with each other or not. The slots are limited because right now we're only able to take in just 15 to 20 people to maintain the intimacy out there of the group so that we can help you much better in a much more personalized manner. So if you want to work with us, just go to the link below, schedule a call right now. You don't want to miss out on this, and let's just get on a call and we'll help you out with it. This is Kshitij signing off. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.